Lovely.
Well, I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Paul Armfield now.
Yeah. Take care. Love to see
lots
you.
of love to you all.
Cheers.
Bye, everyone.
Bye then.
I should say, thanks, Pete. I should say we're in a bubble.
Of course.
So I'm looking forward to this. It's nice of you to have me again.
No, it's fantastic. Well, we were going to have you doing a house concert, weren't we, in the next month, in December with Katie Spencer, who was on earlier, in fact. We were so looking forward to that. We've rescheduled it for the summer, so cross fingers, we will see you in person. Is it next July, I think? Yeah? It'll be on our website shortly anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Outdoors, presumably, probably.
Yeah. Really looking forward to it. A lot of people have said how much they're looking forward to this tonight. So, yeah.
That's very nice.
Fire
Thanks
away.
to both of them.
Maestro.
Okay, all right. I'm going to take my ear things out now, and I'll see you at the end. So I'm going to start with a song from my new record, which is called Domestic, and this is a song about my own self-imposed lockdown, if you like, which happened just before the real lockdown. It's called I'm Not Here. My eyes ringing and my ears sore. There's things that I can't ignore. So draw the curtains and lock the door. I've no appetite for more. So silence the bell, stop all the clocks. Lose the phone, let the laptop drop. There's being nothing said that I want to hear. And if anybody wants me, I'm not here. 'Cause where I'm going, you can't go. With my shoulder colder than the Arctic snow, I'll be harder to reach than the Eskimo, with 100 words for no. Do not disturb, can't you read the signs? Yeah, I'll be hunkering down for the longest time. With a blanket, a book, and a Belgian beer. And if anybody wants me, I'm not here. I'm not here. If the phone rings, just let it ring. I'm not here. If it's the president talking, you can just tell them I'm not here. You might think a witch has cast her spell. You might think I've lost my magic. Well, just watch me as I disappear. And if anybody wants me, I'm not here. I said if anybody wants me, if anybody wants me, I'm not here. There you go. finishing to the end of nothing. That's the sound of nothing. I'm really missing being at Musicport. I've been lucky to have done two, and they've both been absolutely beautiful occasions. And as Blanty so very eloquently said earlier, it's just wonderful people, and I've made some fantastic friends there. This is a love song. It's to my wife. We were married for it was our 25th anniversary on Wednesday. So this is to her, but it's also to all the lovely people that I've met up at Musicport and have become good friends. It's called You. Heart-shaped solid silver locket like a fob watch in my top pocket. Takes and bears a hallmark just for you. Taken from the red hot coals and branded on my very soul. Your initials, property of you. On my arm, I bear a proud tattoo, a rose, a heart, the name of who, if anything should happen to, if lost, then please return me to you. You, 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 you. My heart's a purse that's full to bursting, but the only thing of any worth is a faded, crumpled photograph of you. I swear upon this very ring you have me wrapped around your finger, hand in hand forevermore with you. Tied up in a rope lasso, chains and double padlock too, with staples and with super glue. If lost, then please return me to you. You, 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 So I'm at home, and very nice it is to be home too. My album is called Domestic, and it's about the whole concept of home, be it the four walls where I live, or the continent where we live, or just that bigger concept of home, the German Heimat. It's a word that the French and the Italians have no equivalent of for home. And this song was originally meant to be a bossa nova, a cozy bossa nova, rather than a bossa nova set on the beach in hot climes. It was meant to be a cold weather bossa nova set on a nightlight tonight in front of a nice warm fire with that warm glow that actually I get from bossa novas. It's called Home. With mortar, bricks and sticks, with elbow grease and wit, with common sense, affection, and occasionally force. The love that we have poured spills out all over these four walls. in the house that has become our home. With charity panache, perhaps just a healthy dose of slapdash. The fixtures and the fittings have all fallen into place. In every piece of furniture, an indentation of our bones. In the house that has become our home. Occasionally on cold dark nights I walk imaginary ducks around the houses in the neighborhood for hours and hours and hours, imagining if I could just walk in on any life, the only door I'd open would be ours. Ours is a home where love has grown. Learn to read and stand alone. There's a corner for the tantrums and a chimney for the heat. A drain pipe for the tears that we have shed for those who've flown from the house that has become. After all is said and done, this is the house that has become our home. Ours is a home, somewhere to call your own. Four walls, a door, a roof, and you. Ours is a home, somewhere to call your own. Four walls, a door, a roof, and you. And I mention in that song a drain pipe for the tears that we've shed for those who've flown. This is a song about those who've flown. It's called Fledgling, and I'm sure there are many people who've experienced the same thing as I have experienced and are still experiencing to some extent. Fledgling. One of mine has come back, but the one's still at university. Sometimes I forget how my own songs go. Fledgling, who knows where you're heading? With your clothes, your laptop, books and bedding. With your papers saying you're smarter than us. And a ticket for the northbound bus. Da-da. Fledgling, now you fledged and fled. Each night I listen from my bed to the tutting of the kitchen clock. I still leave the door unlocked. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Fledgling, now the roost seems tidier. Every room seems cleaner, brighter, wider. More house, more home with just us only. Less housework, yes, but much less homely. Da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Fledgling, is your phone not ringing? 'Cause I've been perched upon the rooftops singing, and your voice comes on the answer phone. to tell us that you're not at home. Let's finish on a happy chord. Thank you. I hope I've elicited a few tears with that last line. Certainly chokes me up on a regular basis. Still, I've put up a picture of Whitby just to remind us where we are by the wonderful stained glass artist Zoe Eady. I love that picture. And also there's a picture from my friend Alka, Dirty Distancing, which I think is quite funny. Okay, so this is a serious song called Nowhere, and it's a bit of a scathing indictment on where we are with things at the moment. When the party is over, we're the last ones to know, but the first ones to leave when the time comes to go. With scabs on our knuckles and grease in our hair, with rocks in our pockets, we ain't going nowhere. With miles on the headlights and stones round our waist, with a left-handed awkwardness to Dover with haste, blinking short-sightedly with 1,000-yard stare, with no smiles on our passports, 'cause we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. Not a hint of the breeze in our hair, not a hint of the clue what to wear. We foolishly stare at the sun, blinded by the glare, unable to see what we've done, standing there, trousers undone, English and foolish and dumb, ignorant, arrogant, numb. We ain't going nowhere. Pulling together on both ends of a rope, while the crows in the guttering pull up the green shoots of hope, signing crosses on ballad sheets like kisses on air, as we wave from the terminal, 'cause we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. So it is rather scathing about the forthcoming Brexit issues, and heaven knows it's hard enough to get into Europe at the moment. I'm against all odds. I'm set to go off on tour a week today to around Germany, Austria. It was going to be Italy. That's been cancelled today. They've made new rules today that all bars have to close by 6, and there can't be any music events in Italy. But Germany, touch wood, is still going ahead, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. But I'm hoping that they've got about 15 dates lined up that they'll be able to just prove that it can be done safely and risk-free. Hopefully I'll come back and not having caught anything or spread anything. So we'll see. This is another song on a similar sort of subject. The album that I've done, Domestic, comes with a set of lino cuts that I've done of flowers, traditionally British flowers, none of which are native plants. And this song is about that. I'm a stranger here myself, washed up on the shore many centuries before. Just a mongrel like yourself, part gypsy, part Hun, an itinerant son from God knows where. We are all of us strangers. Ours a green and pleasant land, built on rich fertile soil and physical toil. But I see no blisters on your hands, yet you call yourself English. Well, bully for you. Is that a medal of honor or a badly drawn bulldog tattoo? The rose, the thistle, the shamrock, the daffodil, born on the wind across mountain and ocean until self-seeding, randomly thriving untended, netted by accident, falling where happenstance falls. We are all of us strangers. Ours is a green and pleasant land, built on rich fertile soil and physical toil. But I see no blisters on your hands. We've done this line, but you call yourself English. Well, bully for you. Is that a medal of honor or a badly drawn bulldog tattoo? Another one. Must have drifted off in the middle there somewhere. The rose, the thistle, the shamrock, the daffodil, born on the wind across mountain and ocean until self-seeding, randomly thriving untended, netted by accident, falling where happenstance falls. We are all of us strangers. We are all of us strangers. We are all of us strangers. We are all of us strangers, and there's no stranger than you. This next song, I hope, speaks for itself. It's about being wrong. You sign your name on your side of the wall. The flags are raised and a line is drawn. With eyes to the left, your nose knows what's right. You know that you have to be strong. When anyone questions the cause of your plight, you know you must stand with the throng. It's hard to stand tall for what you know to be right, but it's so much harder to be wrong. You sign your name till death do us part. Your songs converge into mouths but one heart. The melody's sweet, but the harmony's sweeter, and the birds and the bees sing along. But the tune disappears and the words get forgotten when you're shouting much louder than the song. It's hard to stand down when you know you are right, but it's so much harder to be wrong. So throw down your guns, put your hands in the air, bite down on your lip and smile. Swallow your pride, let them have the last word. You know you're right, but just say you are wrong. They're on your screen, they're on the roads. Their mouths ever open, their minds ever closed. They hammer the keys, spill out all their bile, press all of your buttons and know it takes all of your tact and all your self-discipline to keep your hands off them. You know that you have been fighting stupidity your whole life long. You've been fighting stupidity your whole life long. You've been fighting stupidity your whole life long, but it's only the stupid who are never wrong. You sign your name on your side of the wall. The oddest thing about this is, of course, I'm playing to myself. It's only myself I can see on the screen. But if you're out there, I just give a wave. This is a beautiful thing. Look, this is what Jim and Sue gave me as a present last year, because it falls around my birthday. In fact, it was my birthday yesterday. And I don't know if it's backwards there or if it's that way. It says The Stranger on the Soul, which is my alter ego. It was a beautiful present from a local chap that calls himself Feral Metal. It's wonderful, brilliant. Go to his website. He makes some wonderful things, carves them out of old saws and things. This is Put the car in reverse. Let's go back and we'll rehearse one more time, but this time with no mistakes. We'll hide our tracks in the snow, pretend we didn't know that heartache awaits. Let's play up our ignorance and spend the night as fools, happily oblivious to our fates. Let's make love like teenagers, unguarded, unaware that heartache awaits. Heartache waits in the wings for all the love to swing to one side, and then severs the ties, leaves you broken, asking why. So hand me back my keys, call a taxi for me please. If you see me, act as if we've never met. If we pretend it never started, it can never reach the end where heartache awaits. Short but bittersweet. It's Sunday, so I'm going to give us a bit of church. This was inspired by the book Aikenfield by Ronald Blythe, which I'm sure some of you may have read. And in it, he speaks to lots of bell ringers. Somewhere in the city they rang out my name, and one day, many miles away, they'll toll once again. They chimed for my children, and on our wedding day, those milestones rang out to be heard miles away. As over the rooftops, away past the trees, through doorways and windows, and out to the sea, the sound and the glory flows over the land. May there always be work for the bell ringer's hands. Oh, come all ye faithful in collars and ties, descending arpeggios, the Sunday reprise. The Saturday revelers, they shrink from the sound, the hangover symphony, chastising and loud. Away past the villages, the cities and towns, the iron and the rope swinging up and around as they ring through the changes for God and for man. May there always be work for the bell ringer's hands. For the bell ringer's hands. For the bell ringer's hands. While we're in the countryside, it's that time of year. For making sloe gin. Probably already made it, I'm sure. I hope. Slow, slow gin. Blackthorn pulled me in. Juniper's a curse. The sugar makes it worse. Slow, slow gin. Slow, slow gin. Purple stain the skin. When we picked them in the fall, now you ain't here no more. Slow, slow gin. October fades to November. December fades to a blur. The new year comes, she has gone. What have I now of her? I've got slow gin. Fills a hole within. It's a blessing, not a cure, but it's safer to be sure. Slow, slow gin. Slow, slow gin. Slow, 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 slow gin. Slow. slow June. And I'm just got to do one more. And that was Pete just coming in to say that's one more. And this is called Under the Linden. And my previous album was songs about found photographs. So they were photographs that were found by a friend of mine, collected over many years from flea markets in Berlin. And I wrote some of the songs. They were just complete stories. This there you can see this lovely picture. I'd assumed they were walking down Unter den Linden, the street in Berlin, maybe, but everybody in Berlin said no, it's not. But anyway, too late. The song's been written. So thank you. It's been a pleasure. And you've been a fantastic audience, I'm sure. It's been lovely seeing you all dressed in your pajamas and everything. I've been able to see all of you. I was lying earlier. You look fantastic. So thank you very much. And you've been picking your toes. It's been lovely. What more could I want from an audience? So thank you, Jim. Thank you, Sue. You haven't been picking your toes on the sofa, I know, but thank you very, very much. And more power to your collective Musicport elbows. A glass of homemade perry to that. So Under the Linden. Da, 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 da. They're all in there somewhere. Da, 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 da. Under the linden, down sun-speckled avenues of Sunday afternoons, my mother, my grandmother and I, we walked together hand in hand through all the endless summer Sundays of my youth. My mother, my grandmother and I. Down checkerboarded pavements, not stepping on the cracks, with only adult conversation from both sides and from the back. Between two generations, I tried my hardest to behave. You tried your hardest to distract me by whispering my name. I can still smell my mother's perfume, a particular cologne, as if the flowers on her dress had got a scent all of their own. I can feel her fingernails well tended, my grandma's sweaty palms brings back my childhood fascination with the dimples on her arms. Under the linden trees, down sun-speckled avenues of Sunday afternoons, my mother, my grandmother and I, we walked together hand in hand through all those endless summer Sundays of my youth. My mother, my grandmother and I. Oh, my dear old grandmother, I must be older than her now, but in my polka dots and milk teeth, I still feel the same somehow. There's something in my eyes as I turn back to look at me that seems to lead me hand in hand through generations, down never-ending avenues of trees. Under the linden, down sun-speckled avenues of Sunday afternoons, my mother, my grandmother and I, we walked together hand in hand through all those endless summer Sundays of my youth. My mother, my grandmother and I. My mother, my grandmother and I. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Thank you very much. See you next year, I hope. Cheers. Bye.
Thank you, Paul. I'll tell you what.